Okay, welcome to the Zoning Board of Appeals meeting. Oh, do have a quorum, 4 here, 1 at home. First, I'd like to have a motion to accept the minutes of the last meeting. Earl made the motion. Bill Stevenson second. All in favor? Aye. Motion carried. Okay, the only. I got some thingamajiggies.
First, I'd like to have a motion.
First thing I'll do is I'll read the standards for the variances. The zoning board of appeals shall not recommend a variance from the regulations of this ordinance unless it shall make written findings based on evidence presented to it in each specific. Is that me or is that him? All right.
First thing I'll do is I'll read.
Unless it shall make written findings based on evidence presented to it in each specific case, all standards for hardship set forth.
Unless it shall make written findings based on.
That's me. Okay. Hey, Vince, could you mute your phone until you want to say something?
Will do.
Thank you. The property in question cannot yield a reasonable return if permitted to be used only under the conditions followed by the regulations in the district wherein the property is located. The plight of the owner is due to unique circumstances such that the enforcement of this ordinance would result in practical difficulties or impose exceptional hardships due to special and unusual conditions which are not generally found on other properties in the same zoning district. The variance, if granted, will not be a substantial detriment to adjacent property. The proposed variation will not impair an adequate supply of light and air to adjacent property or substantially increase the congestion in public streets or increase the danger of fire or endanger the public safety or substantially diminish or impair property values within the neighborhood. The granting of the variation will not be detrimental to the public welfare or injurious to other property and improvements in the neighborhood in which the property is located and will not overcrowd the land or create undue concentration of population. Now tonight we have a request for variance for fence ordinance. Matthew and Courtney Miller. Could you please stand up and state your name for the record and then state your case, please? Hi, John.
Hello. Can you guys hear me okay?
He's just right out there in front.
You told me I had to go to the podium.
I never knew that. Okay. Okay, I never heard that.
I like to be official. I'm Courtney Miller. I live at 705 Center Place in Ottawa. And we got a permit to put up a fence on the back of our yard. But we live, our house, one side of our house is on Center Street, one side is on Center Place. Our address is Center Place, and the back of my yard faces Center Street, like the pavilion, and we want to put up a 6-foot privacy fence in the backyard.
But it's technically a front yard.
That's what you say. It's not my front yard.
Okay, what kind of fence?
A wood fence,
Okay, so not gonna be
privacy
one of
fence.
them. Yeah,
6-foot wood fence, dog-eared wood fence.
okay, it's not gonna be one of them glaring white ones?
No,
Okay, is it gonna have 50% see-through?
it can if it needs to. I didn't prefer it.
Well, you just won me over with those two. Does anybody else have anything to say?
I went and looked at it today because I'm only a couple blocks from here. And the pavilion,
Could you speak into the microphone, please?
Yeah. The pavilion is right across the street in this, on the south side here.
Does that
And the
do-
sidewalk for the street is on that side of the street. It's right next to the curb. This whole area is like a future, for the pavilion, it's a future expansion area if they were to make get bigger. So right now it's a grass area with trees. So there aren't any houses or anything ever going to be on the south side of the street. I looked at what they were doing. They've got the pool in, and considering where it's going to go, I understand why they want to do it. And they do have 2 front yards basically, but there isn't really anything on the other side that would be looking at it like houses or anything like that. The other thing is that from the pavilion, my wife works there, a lot of cars park on the street here on that side, not their side, but there. So from a privacy standpoint, I could see where, because it's 24/7 facility, why they would want to do that. I looked at it, I didn't have a problem with it, but for where it's at.
Go ahead, Bill Stevenson.
Yeah, I went and looked at it, and it appears to me to be a reasonable request, and I would like to see it go through.
Dan? Vince?
I
Anything to
have,
say?
I have no questions, and I believe the request is reasonable also.
John?
Yeah, Charlie, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So the only question I had was the fence. How close
Go
is
ahead.
it going to be to the street? Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me, Charlie?
Yes.
Okay. Did you hear my question?
No.
Okay. How close is the fence going to be towards the street?
On our property line, which is 15 foot maybe from the road.
Center Street has a 60-foot right of way, so it'd be 30 feet north of the center line, and Center Street would be the actual property line.
And that's only if the center of Center Street is right on the center line of the easement.
Correct. Based on the right of way, it should be approximately 30 feet north of that center line of Center Street.
Charlie,
gonna
can you
be a wood-
repeat what they said? I can't hear.
Oh. Center Street has a 60. It'll be off the edge of the easement, which would be 30 feet from the theoretical center line of Center Street,
Okay.
which will be quite a ways off the street, looks like.
Okay. That's fine. I have no other questions.
Okay, so it's gonna be a wood fence?
Yes.
What kind of wood fence? I mean, you had a descriptive of it.
Just a dog-eared wood fence, like a privacy fence, your standard wood fence. I don't know.
I just
what
don't
kind
have
of
any
wood it is.
idea what a dog-eared wood fence is.
The dog, because the dog ear, the shape of the top of it is what that is, but it's just a
Oh,
fence.
so
The wood
it comes
is,
up and-
yeah, the wood all together. There's no, it's privacy fence.
Okay. How important is it to be 50% view-through, see-through?
The code recently changed to allow privacy fences in front yards if they meet the setback requirement. And you're asking for the variance for, I guess, the 2 front yards, so you would issue kind of privacy fence.
Now, wait a minute. You want one on Center Place also?
No.
Okay. Well, you got a line drawn on it. All right. Okay, anybody like to make a motion?
I'd like to make a motion. I'd like to make a motion that we approve this variance.
Wait a minute, we gotta be more specific. 6-foot fence along Center Street on the property line.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Dan seconds it. John and Vince, did you hear that?
Yes.
Vince,
I say aye.
yes, I heard it. That will be, 12% of the setback will be 12% of the lot size, will it not? The depth of the lot?
It's gonna be on the property line. That's the variance, they're not gonna be.
Cover something else here. How close is it going, no, you don't have a sidewalk. It can be,
If any changes in the ordinance, they do allow the design sequences in the front yard, but it has to meet the building setback requirement. What they're requesting is to not have to meet that 12% of the depth of the lot.
so they need 2 variances then.
It would be, yeah, the variance for that, building setback and, that's right.
Well, you said they do allow privacy fences.
Right, yeah, if you want to.
It's just the one variance, it's just that you want to lines that it's not gonna be 12% back.
No, that's what I mean, so they need it reworded, because it's 2 variances. The 12% has to need its own variance. One for the 6 foot in the front yard, the second one for the, do away with the 12.
No, 6 foot is allowed now.
Yeah, you allow 6 foot now if they meet that building setback requirement, which is 12%.
Okay, so we're just giving them the 6 foot on the variant, on the,
Correct,
getting rid of the 12%.
12%, right. If they would have came in and said, we want to build this privacy fence and we're going to meet this setback, I think it's permanent. But this is to be on property line.
Okay, basically, we're issuing a variance so that we're doing away with the 12% setback part of the ordinance, not the 6 foot part. So,
So moved.
no, you gotta redo it. I'm gonna make you work.
Jeez. I don't get paid enough for this. Okay, so I will alter my motion so that it covers the setback ordinance. And we approve that setback ordinance and the variance on the setback ordinance. And it will be in compliance in other ways.
Okay. Dan seconds it. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Okay, motion carried. Now, we are just a recommendation board. We are recommending that the variance be adopted by the city council, but we are not giving it to you. City council has to do that.
Okay.
We recommend you go to, well, they still have. Okay. Next Tuesday,
Okay.
so it's the mayor's minutes, which are usually toward the back of the meeting, but we don't know how long the meeting's gonna be. So it's up to you.
Okay.
Probably won't be an issue, but like I said, we are just an advisory board.
Okay.
Okay. Like a motion to adjourn,
So moved.
Bill?
Second.
Dan, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you very much.
Aye.
You get all that? Take me.